Alright guys, Elemental here. So this is the unboxing for a viewer of my live stream that I'm putting together a computer for him. He had a budget of $1,500. What I do is I actually customize the computer. So what I did was I ordered the parts, and now we're starting with, here is the actual case that came in. Here's the case I'm going to be putting the new computer in, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing and showing you what else comes in this computer. And also, I'm going to be customizing this case with an Elementalqt decal. Alright, so let's start the unboxing process for the new computer for Eagorths, the viewer and fan. Alright, let's see what we got in this bad boy. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh la la. Alright, so here is the motherboard. Yeah, the P67 Evga. Gotta love it. Alright, next we have a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Time for the graphics card. So here, it's an Nvidia chipset, GeForce 660. Very, very nice card, guys. Very nice card. Alright, what else have we got in here? Oh, would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that? It's an Intel Core i5 processor. That's right. And by the way, guys, to let you know, the actual i5 processor, this processor goes great with the P67 board. They run beautifully together. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. Alright, so here, well, of course I'll unpackage that, but that's actually the disk drive. That's right. Okay, what we got here? This is the memory. This will be the memory I'll be putting into the computer. This is about 8 gigs of memory. Product part order. And now what else do we have? Samsung solid state drive. This is a 128 gig solid state drive. What I'll be putting on this would be, the Windows, and you'll run all your games off this, and all your software and all that good stuff. And the extra hard drive will be for your storage. This is what's going to make your computer run a lot faster. So now let's unpack this bad boy, shall we? It's like cutting open a chicken dinner. Except there's no chicken. It's completely taped. By the way. Oh, by the way, guys, never do what I just did there. Never cut towards yourself. Let me make it easier and more safe to myself. I'm actually just gonna take it out, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here we have every single thing unboxed and ready to be installed. I'll zoom in on some of the stuff. Alright, so there is the board, Evga board, the 660, the Nvidia Evga, the 8 gigs of RAM, the Intel i5, unlocked and unleashed. Alright, then we got the case, which will be nice and light up and shiny after it's done. There is the drive. So I got the cat behind me, that one. Alright, here's the SATA cables, hard drives, and SSD. Alright, now that we have everything out and ready to go, now it's time for the installation. Oh yeah. Alright guys, so I'm going to do a time lapse of me actually opening every single one of these things, and then I'll be getting into the installation, so. Alright, from here on out is a time lapse. Unless I injure myself, and then I'll slow it down so you guys can laugh. Alright guys, so what I did here was I actually found the motherboard mount post positioning for the motherboard. You place in the motherboard, you kind of mark where each one of the little lines go up with your motherboard before you actually install the motherboard. See? So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to install the processor and the heatsink to that motherboard before I place it inside the tower. Alright guys, now I'm going to actually show you how to install your processor into your motherboard. Very important, there's a little arrow here that formats that is actually pin 1. You're going to want to match this up with the motherboard. As you can see right here, there's actually the same kind of arrow. So you want to take this arrow and you want to line up to that arrow. So let me put this in here very gently. Alright, so now I'm going to lock in this processor in the board. Very simple. You can hear a little snap, that means it's broken. Just kidding. So that now the processor is nice and tight inside there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually put this motherboard inside of the tower right over here, and then implant the heat sink fan on top of it. Alright, so what I did was I lined up the processor heatsink fan to the motherboard, and I actually connected the wiring to the fan to the motherboard. Now all I have to do now is I'm going to apply some pressure to the center of this. All we have to do is click these little, I call them, legs into the motherboard. So apply some pressure. There's one. I'm going by each corner, guys. You don't want to go on each side. You want to apply equal pressure on each corner. Go, and last one. Alright guys, now I'm going to install the memory into the motherboard. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pop these little levers right here to the memory, open them all the way up. Ooh. And label is going towards the camera. So what you want to do is you want to nicely insert these very easily. Pop down each corner. You hear click, click, click. Now do that with every single other one. Click. Alright, and then we have the 8 gigs of RAM, dual channel. And I will show you when I put the case back together and all the decals on it before shipping. Hope you enjoy your new computer, Eagorths. Alright guys, before I ship this bad boy, let me show you some of the cable management. Alright, pop off this real fast. Check it out. Alright, so here we got some of the cable management, very pretty. There we go, there's a GTX, Nvidia, Intel powered. Alright, so we got the SSD right there, we got the other hard drive right there. I think it's good to go. All it needs is the power supply. I'll be tagging each one of these wires to let him know which ones are plugged into the power supply. And it's good to go. So I'm going to put this case back in and I'm going to ship this out. Thank you guys. And if you guys have any questions on how you can get a awesome computer, just let me know in the comments. And personal message me.